I want to stay true to my style, and I'm still gonna do that. I've got many different styles. I'm a style bender, so that's the thing. Yeah, we'll see. I don't want to say too much, but he's in for a surprise.
Izzy doesn't want to change too much of his fighting style for this Alex Pereira fight. But at the same time, he does say he has a plan in place that he doesn't want to give away in this interview, which accidentally he does later in this interview. When the interviewer brings up the fact that Chuck Liddell helped train Alex Pereira, and then he asks Izzy what UFC legend would he like to train him if he had the choice, he automatically shoots down Anderson Silva, but the person that he names after that pretty much tells everybody what kind of game plan he has going into this fight. Let's check it out.
Not Anderson Silva.
Damn it!
Not Anderson Silva. Let me see. UFC legend training for this fight. To be honest, what? DC was the first to come to mind just because, I said too much.
Okay.
Never mind.
Okay.
Never mind. It's all good.
We'll bleep that.
Yeah,
anyway,
I don't mind. I can put it out there.
So Israel Adesanya says a little bit more than he wants to, kind of gives away a little bit of his strategy, because by him saying Daniel Cormier pretty much tells everybody that there's a strong possibility that he wants to use his wrestling to get the upper hand against Alex Pereira. And in other news, BKFC President David Feldman comments on Francis Ngannou possibly joining his organization. So he says, Francis Ngannou, he's somebody we've certainly reached out to. We reached out to him, we reached out to his team, and we just feel like he's asking for unrealistic money, and we're not willing to pay that kind of money for him. I do think he needs to make his mind up pretty soon. As the days go on, his value is starting to drop a little bit. Now, David Feldman said that at Tuesday's BKFC 41 press conference in Las Vegas, and he brings up an interesting point, possibly Francis Ngannou being out of the UFC, and the longer that he's not doing something like boxing or fighting, people are going to kind of forget about him. He wasn't the biggest draw in the world, but he was a great fighter, obviously, but being a great fighter doesn't always translate to selling pay-per-views. Now, Francis Ngannou does want to box first before he signs with the MMA organization. He got his eyes on Deontay Wilder and big names like Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. That's certainly going to put his name in lights, and people will definitely see him and possibly boost the amount of money a MMA promotion or BKFC promotion would like to spend on him. And it's interesting, the whole Francis Ngannou situation. A lot of people are saying Francis Ngannou, he made a mistake leaving the UFC because, the UFC brand, a lot of people talk smack about it, but at the end of the day, the UFC is huge, and it does give fighters a good platform to sell their name and become big. So tell me what you guys think in the comments below.